The battle for AI supremacy heating up as Alphabet prepares for the Google I/O Developer Conference in less than 24 hours. Google's expected to announce its latest slate of AI advancements. This on the heels of OpenAI's event today, where they announced a new AI model and a desktop version of ChatGPT. Here to discuss is Rohit Kulkarni, Senior Research Analyst at Roth MKM. Rohit, good to see you. So Google has an interesting advantage here in that it can build its AI directly into Android, into the Pixel, into apps like Maps, and people will use it as long, I guess, as it's good. Is that what you expect to see?
I think the AI stakes for Google are higher today after OpenAI's event today. I think Google has the best possible distribution channel across enterprise and consumer. As you just said, John, they have the workspace apps and they have the direct-to-consumer apps. So smallest tweaks in any AI model, as in a lot of enterprises and billions of consumers start to benefit right away. So I think that's the advantage, and that's why Google is the AI pioneer with both tech, innovation, and distribution.
Now, particularly when we're talking about things like conversational AI, it seems to me that that's a mobile-centric use case, and they've already got this massive install base. So how much pressure does that put on them to both get the right use cases that people will actually enjoy using versus some of the complaints that Meta's getting on the way they've built it into Facebook, and on Apple to perhaps choose somebody different than Google so that they don't end up improving Android as they benefit on the iPhone?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the second point over there, John, about the Apple relationship is very key. What Google can tell us tomorrow, this week, with regards to mobile AI assistant, improving the mobile search and making search multimodal. Search understands text very well. They can understand images and they can understand voice to a certain degree. But imagine all of those three together. That's what OpenAI is trying to tell us that they are better at today. But I think what Google needs to do this week is show that search has better multimodal capabilities than anybody else. And that's why they continue to work with Apple next month.
A factor I think tends to be undervalued is how AI gets used by developers to build apps more quickly. If we look at this very profitable shift that Apple has done toward its own M-series chips, for example, on the Mac, a big part of the reason why they were able to do that is because they had developer tools that made it easy for developers to translate their apps. So how do you see that factor, developer tools driven by AI, playing in here in these dual developer conferences?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with regards to the tools for the developer community, remember, Google I/O started as that. Now we are in the 16th year where it was initially only a tech-only conference, and then suddenly investors and people like you and me started to show up in hordes as AI started to become more front and center of the conversation there. And what Google has two interesting assets. They have the cloud to host the apps, and they have the AI APIs to enable those apps using their Gemini model. So I think making it as frictionless as possible for developers is something that Google has tried to do. And I feel if they take it a step further this week, that is going to be a game changer for developers to essentially be very locked into the entire Google ecosystem to build apps, host apps, and then grow those apps.
How do you think Google Alphabet is positioned on costs? Should these AI applications catch on, which is going to need to ramp up faster, the cost to actually deploy them in a quality way or their ability to monetize them on the other end?
I think costs probably ramp in the near term. Google has already indicated that CapEx this year is going up almost 50%. They're going to be spending up almost $50 billion in CapEx, and almost vast majority of that is going towards building out their AI infrastructure. So probably the worry for investors is Google eats up some of the costs in the near term as they help developers grow their AI apps with the hopes to monetize them in 25 and 26. But near term, probably that creates a cost headwind. But I think so far what Google has done is reduce their cost basis in other parts of the business with hopes to eat up the costs in AI side.